veganism is a plant-based diet. So basically you can't eat anything that comes from an animal. Examples of things you can't eat: any variety of meat. That includes red meat, white meat, fish,
Blue meat?
or blue meat. You can't have blue meat. Not that you should be having meat if it's blue anyway. I would definitely suggest against that. Food that you can eat. You can eat any vegetable, any grain, something like that. Yeah, any fruit. Any like, I don't know, like tofu, tempeh.
What is tofu?
Tofu is processed. No, it's bean curd. Whatever that means. I don't know what bean curd means, but it's curded beans.
I think it's like if it's separated.
Yeah, it's something. They call it bean curd.
Well, we'll fix the camera.
It's whatever that is.
Still filming.
Alright. So do you need more examples of like, I don't know, I think it's pretty, that bit's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to understand. So you can't eat any meat, you can't eat any dairy.
No animal products.
Can't eat honey.
Can't eat honey. I thought you said you could eat honey.
Yeah, well, it depends. If we're going like strict, like by definition, you can't eat honey.
Do you eat honey? Are you a level 5 vegan?
Yes. Though that being said, like a lot of people wouldn't consider it non-vegan to have some honey because it's kind of not the ethical implication. Well, there's not as many ethical implications as there are for the other ones.
Yep.
So yeah.
Alright.
You said you'd eat my chicken's eggs.
Yeah, eggs are naturally occurring.
Products. That's because
If it's the chicken, it doesn't have it.
If you got them from your backyard, yeah.
Oh.
Like, but that's perfectly ethical. It's just
what if you're?
I would say that veganism came in as a response to modern farming practices. At least in like, it's always been a thing. Like if you go way old school, then a lot of religious groups excluded animal products from their diet
Because from their sacrifices.
Many religious groups did just
Sacrifice the odd animal.
yeah. Well, it depends on the religion. Putting them all together. So, some religious groups would obviously completely exclude that. That's probably the earliest instance of it.
Yeah.
Modern day, you have it coming back up again because have you heard of the way I like to explain this is, have you heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
No.
So it's basically this thing like you can't worry about like ethical implications of random stuff if you're worried about where you're going to get your next meal from, or just surviving. Like when you have all of these other basic needs that you need to tend to, you can't worry about a higher morality.
Yep.
So because we now live in a society where we have enough abundance that we don't have to constantly worry about just where's my next meal coming from, do I have a roof over my head, that kind of stuff. Like we've gotten past that kind of animalistic stage. We can now start to think about higher morality, and I think as that has become more prominent in our society, so too has diets like veganism and vegetarian become more prominent.
Could young people choose to follow veganism?
Because they're politically vocal and they want to express themselves in individuality and rebel against their meeting parents, the heathens that they are.
No. Well, yes. That is. Granted, that is a reason. Alright, well, you've got many reasons. I think the biggest three are health, ethics, and environmental concern that, get most people. So, and also probably weight loss is another one. Probably the main reasons that young people do it. And I think the fact is that young people are more happy to change their lifestyle for stuff that they see wrong with society. Mm-hmm. So someone who's, say 80, they might have already got to the point where they're so desensitized to the way our society operates that they wouldn't then have the capacity to change their entire lifestyle for a new, they're too set in their ways.
Yeah.
So most of the people that go vegan are young, and it's something that's coming up through a younger generation because we're more willing to change our actions due to ethics, and we're more willing to perceive what the meat industry is like for us. Like for our grandparents' sake, you know, like for the grandparents, the meat industry might not have been so horrible. Like it's still obviously kind of bad. Like it's still killing
an old
things.
animal.
But like it's not like it is today.
Yeah.
Like it used to actually be, you know, a bunch of cows in a paddock, and you know they're still
When you
getting
need
killed.
to eat one, you need to go and get it and you kill it and then you
Yeah,
eat
like
it.
it was a little bit more classic farm, like what probably still what most people picture as where meat comes from is what it used to be like. But now
Now we have abattoirs.
you've got like factory farming and shit like that sort of stuff that's come up in the new
Kind of,
generation.
yeah, less.
And so I think the younger generation sees that and has a response to it, and
Yep.
that's why it's prevalent in the young society. Then, so that's the ethical one. Environmental. I mean, that's just a fairly basic biological thing to note. Is like kilojoules get distilled as they go up the food chain. I don't know if you've done much biology or anything like
Not
that.
really,
That's just
not
the
yet,
thing.
but yeah.
But like, it makes
Very
sense, right?
briefly, yeah.
Like, say, if a cow eats 10,000 calories of grass, that's only going to end up being 1,000 calories of cow when you end up eating the cow, because obviously the cow has to survive, has to fuel its body as well as build, you know, muscle and fat and whatever. So you lose calories there. So basically the end effect of that is you lose like net amounts of food
Yeah.
every time that you convert it from plant foods to animal products.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of actual statistics there, like lots of really interesting ones. But yeah, the actual impact that the animal agriculture thing has is huge on society. Like, and it's actually our biggest contributor to like fossil fuel, not fossil fuels.
You mean greenhouse gas?
Greenhouse gases.
Cows. Those cows out.
Yeah, it's like 51% of our emissions.
That's
comes-
ridiculous, isn't it?
It comes from animal agriculture as a whole. So that's pretty insane.
do you-
Considering like transportation's 18%,
Yeah.
and that's the one that people always talk about as being the biggest thing, and then it's like, well, animal agriculture's 51%, so you should probably check into that. So yeah, that's the other one, and then health. Have I already mentioned? No, I mentioned ethics. and-
Ethics,
Right.
environmental.
And you know, health is fairly self-explanatory. I think the world is slowly realizing more and more so that, you know,
Processed foods is.
well, no, just that
Oh.
meat and
Cool.
like meat and
Yeah.
animal products in general are not healthy for us. Like, it wasn't that long ago where like dairy was being advertised as like God's perfect food and crap like that, and now it's like dairy's pretty much rejected by every really high level athlete. Like they've all just gone away from dairy. Even the ones that still eat meat, they don't eat dairy because it's just bad food. And I think we're more and more coming to realise that that's true of meat as well. And then you have athletes like Novak Djokovic and, you know, Patrick Babunian, who's like a world strongman, stuff like that, who've moved completely away from it because they realise that it's actually damaging to their system. And again, there's a whole bunch of statistics about that. It's like the world's biggest killer is heart disease, which is directly like the the biggest risk factor for getting heart disease is the amount of cholesterol that you consume. And obviously plant foods are completely free of cholesterol, and cholesterol isn't something that humans need in their diet at all. It's you know, like our bodies are designed to produce our own cholesterol. So, you know, like that's a really damaging thing for us. And, you know, there's lots and lots of stuff like that. You know, there's the whole thing about meats causing cancer, and, you know, there's lots of science to suggest that. So, it's
If everyone's made of meat, people have had cancer and made of meat causes cancer.
facts.
Connections. Alright, good stuff. Alright,
What are the health risks?
yeah, health risks.
Health risks of going vegan.
Yes.
Ooh.
If you do it wrong, you're
Outweighed by the benefits, I would say. I suppose the risk, like any diet, which is vastly different to what the like norm is that you're not going to understand what foods to eat, and that will lead to I mean, like, I think that's a problem with every diet, though. Like, if you don't understand how to eat on any given diet, then you're just asking for disaster. Other health risks. I suppose there's a little bit less accessibility. So, you know, like, you can't, like, it's harder to get vegan food if you're just going out to a restaurant or something like that. So I suppose that could potentially have an impact on the amount of food someone can get.
Yeah.
Other than that, I wouldn't say there are very many risks. Like, if you...
Can we debunk the protein statement?
Yeah.
Look directly into Blaze's eyes.
Alright, well, first of all,
I'm not a rapper.
like, you got to consider for 1 second,
Mushrooms.
where does the protein in animals come from? Like, they don't just like magically have meat. Like, the meat,
Creation protein.
their meat comes from them eating plant foods which have protein in them. Protein is literally in every single food. Even like stuff like rice, like white rice, that's like 8% protein or something like that. Like, it's still got.
So you'd say that, like, the theory is that protein's more concentrated in the meat than
Yeah.
the vegetables?
The fitness industry in general just puts way too much focus on protein. It's not as incredibly crucial as you say. Like, there's not actually a diagnosable disease of protein deficiency. That's not a thing. Like, the only way you can ever be protein deficient is if you
It's lightweight baby.
It's literally if you're starving to death. That is the only way you can get a protein deficiency. And to achieve, like, for like athletes and stuff like that, to actually achieve complete protein muscle synthesis, which is the process where your body rejuvenates muscles and builds muscles and stuff like that. Even for like the most genetic outlying, you know, bodybuilder kind of dude, it's like 30% calories from protein is where you reach full saturation, which is not hard to achieve at all. I mean, you've got so many high protein foods. You
You can have your lentils there.
you know, you've got all your legumes, like, you know, lentils, beans, all those shenanigans.
Vegan bulking season. Those guys.
Some whey.
Like even
It's from milk.
whey
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
fun. You know, even things like spinach and stuff like that are actually like quite high in protein. And like the thing is,
You never watched Popeye, is that?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like Popeye. You know, what else have you got? Like nuts and seeds. There's just like a lot, and it's kind of one of those things which is in everything.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, I don't buy the whole, oh, you need to get like, you know, there's some diets which suggest you need like
Gotta eat big to get big.
50, like 70% calories from protein. It's just like, no, there's no, like once you get past around 30, there's no benefit to be had from
Weight
having
gain.
more. Yeah, there's no benefit to having more protein. Like, whatever, it's just calories, but like, you'd be better off having some like carbohydrates or something, like good fats or something like that.
Alright. Yeah, fair enough. Good intel. Alright. Oh, here we go. We need it. We need a daily diet. What does your day consist of, Mr. Hayes, as far as like sort of breakfast? Let's go. Let's start here.
He wakes up, minced meat, straight to milk.
Oh yeah, raw.
You're raw.
Straight from the cow. Just.
Alright.
What do you got for breakfast?
Well, my days differ. Sometimes I do only raw foods till dinner. And then other days I don't do that. So would you rather do the ones where I do...
What's the most exciting diet? Like, what would be a shocker for those heathens out there that eat meat?
Alright.
Last week.
We'll probably go with big smoothies I do in the morning sometimes.
Okay, big smoothie.
So I'd have a smoothie.
What does the...
This has probably got 4 bananas in it.
Oh, yes.
It's not standard milk.
A bunch of like mixed berries, like strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, all that good stuff.
Yep.
Maybe some pineapple chunks.
Sounding good.
Some leafy greens. Oftentimes, if I have it, baby spinach is normally the one I go for. But also like kale is good.
It's like I do in the house.
Some kale.
Something down the window. It's like moving something back and forth.
Is it a woman beneath his loving grasp? I can't see the person who told you that much.
The thing moving back and forwards in the house.
It's called the reflection of the tree, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
God damn it, Sebastian.
Man, 2020 vision.
Alright,
What is that?
and then probably like a liter of water in that as well.
Yep. In the smoothie.
Yeah, and then like oh, probably like some hemp seeds as well. So that would probably do that.
Yeah, that's your breakfast. Smoothies for breakfast.
Alright, trying to think of what the most exciting lunch I've had recently is. I had a really, really good salad,
Yeah.
which had kale, spinach, and like some assorted like lettuce leaves. Some alfalfa sprouts, some bean sprouts. Then like mixed in with like goji berries and sultanas.
Yep.
Then with that I had some like falafels. Like, oh, this is on top of the salad.
What is a falafel?
Falafel is like chickpea, isn't it? It's like a. Do you not?
Oh no,
know
you tell me.
You don't actually know what a
I'm
falafel
not.
is?
No, it's not my jam.
Falafels are just like they're like little like balls.
Okay.
Think like meatballs, but made out of like smooshed up chickpea
Oh, those
kind of
things.
stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was pretty good.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
falafels are great. They're like
Okay.
a Turkish food, I believe, or something. So
How do you spell falafel?
F
Yep.
A L A
Bleeding your eyes.
falafel F-E-L.
F-E-L. Okay, right. Let's.
Go.
I'll just get
So
a
if you're
picture
looking
of
at it,
one.
yeah.
Or if I can't find it, I'll just search for one.
Yeah, so I had some of
Chickpeas
that
and
and then
balls.
like some hummus
Yep. Hummus.
on top of that. And then I had some homemade raw bread, which was made out of flaxseed, beetroot and carrot.
Homemade bread.
Homemade
Raw bread. Raw bread. How do you do
You
that?
never made bread,
You,
Robert.
you dehydrate it rather
Okay.
than actually cooking it.
Okay.
I mean, I could just have normal bread, but we're getting exciting. So
Oh yeah.
that's the
Okay.
most
Okay.
exciting thing
What,
I've had.
what was it made of again?
It was made out of flax. Flax, beetroot, and carrot.
Was it nice?
Yeah, it was actually super good.
Is that the thing everyone was disgusted at?
Everyone was just like, "What the crap is that? Why do you have purple bread?" And I'm like, "Guys, it's great." Now as for dinner, lots of good dinners I've had.
Chicken roast.
Oh, hang on. We got lunch. We've got. Yeah, dinner. Okay, let's go.
Nah, probably some
Spag bowl.
some sick spaghetti.
Yeah.
Go that with
That
like
was pretty close.
tomato base, and then just like a crap ton of veggies, like zucchini, onion. Just a shit ton of vegetables. You know how it is.
Yep.
Just
Bulky.
that easy. Chuck on some nutritional yeast.
Yeast.
On top. Nutritional yeast, yeah.
Has it been filming for this long? I keep
Yep.
asking it. Oh man, the wonders of modern technology. I mean,
128 gigs. Plenty of space.
Oi, same here. We have identical phones. Probably.
Do we? 60 FPS, 1080p for that glorious Hayes shot.
Damn straight.
Okay. What about snacks? Like if you're just gonna have if you were to eat something on this train right now, which you're not allowed to, so don't do it. Yes, you are. What have we got? What are we eating?
So I mean, oftentimes I'd probably just snack on fruit. Like dates. I eat a lot of dates. They're awesome. Bananas, apples. There's a whole world of fruit out there which people refuse to enjoy.
You know how many bananas I had yesterday?
How many bananas?
About 7.
That's solid.
Yeah. Because I was walking past and I was like, there's a box of chocolates on the table and there's a bowl of bananas and I'm like, banana. Every time. Banana.
No, this,
Or were they
that's not even half my daily record. I'm
Yeah.
gonna throw it out there. I've had 30 bananas in one day. I thought
Okay.
that was an achievement.
30 banana record. I'm gonna write that down.
What else? I mean, if you want to get like a little bit more processed than that, like I mean, like I honestly just, like personally, I just snack on like natural foods, like bananas, and then just like, I don't know, I'm a bit weird. I'd probably just eat a raw tomato.
Nothing wrong with
Call
that.
me a level 5 vegan, whatever. Like, I don't know,
Spanish onion.
just like, no, maybe not an onion.
Yeah,
not
it's
quite-
not like a normal onion.
Yeah.
Tony Abbott pleasure fund.
Yeah. That's what can you say? Yeah, but like, so I'd often just snack on that kind of
Do you
stuff.
try and stay away from unprocessed? Like, obviously it's harder to find. It's obviously harder to find processed like vegan foods. It's like harder than it is for
yeah.
non-vegan foods, but
Yes and no, but only to the extent that it's generally just harder to find vegan food.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where it's really random. Like, a lot of foods that you wouldn't expect to be vegan are like
Oreos.
Boom, about to drop that. Like, it's worth noting, I pretty much only eat whole foods.
yep,
Like,
whole foods.
probably the most processed food I would have in
is an
like,
Oreo.
no, in my semi-regular diet is pasta. But there's like, if you want like snacks that you can have that are vegan, like the like lollies and shit. Like, you can go even some chocolate chip cookies are vegan. Surprisingly enough, you can get like, and this is just like in like a normal supermarket. You don't even have to go to a special.
Yeah,
Cliff Bars. Oh man, Cliff Bars, they're amazing.
I've had one of them before.
Yeah,
They're like massively proteinful, and they're like pumpkin bars.
and they're just delicious.
Yeah.
Yes, they're so good. Oh. What else? Fucking Sour Patch Kids in Australia are vegan.
Are they?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, mostly everything is, to be honest. There's lots of shit that is, and a couple of things that aren't. Like, you know, even like dark chocolate as well.
I guess, yeah, because it's.
Yeah.
Not.
Not-
So.
What about so if so you're not trying to like, okay, so the Sour Patch Kids, for example, those like would probably be like mostly artificial.
Yeah. No,
So
like,
you're all good with eating the artificial stuff as far as like.
I mean, personally, I don't, but like from the perspective of the vegan diet,
It's all good.
Yeah,
it's
that's fine.
it's about animal products, not about.
no, it's not. It's not.
It's not anti-science. It's not.
Animal. Like the whole thing about veganism in general is it is, for most people, it is an ethical thing.
Yeah.
So there are plenty of vegans who would eat a really, really unhealthy lifestyle, just as, you know, there are plenty of people in general that just live unhealthy lifestyles. But that, you know, that's fine. It doesn't make them any less of vegan because it's just about the ethical thing.
Yeah.
That being said, for whatever reason, most vegans are very health conscious, so it's probably worth noting that not, like, you know, it's probably a minority of vegans that would, you know, on the regular eat unhealthy food. But like, you can pretty much find anything. Like, you can pretty much get vegan anything if that's what you need.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you go into town, you can get
You
like
get vegan meat.
Yes, actually, you can get vegan meat. You
Yeah.
can get like
The
vegan meat
sausage,
replacements
yeah.
and stuff
How
like
do you
that.
feel about the lab-grown burgers and stuff like that, like the
Ah.
burger patties grown in the labs? You all good to that?
It's good. I don't think it's for vegans. Though. I
No.
think if you're like, if you are a vegan, then you probably understand that there's a
You just don't
health,
need it.
Yeah, there's a health downside. It's also just kind of gross. Like, I don't know, personally, I wouldn't eat it anyway. I think it's good.
Would you give it a try, just a one-off?
No.
No. Stay away.
I think it's a good thing. Like, I think it would be better for our society to get all of our meat from there than from actually killing animals.
Yeah.
But that being said, I still think.
It eliminates the ethical thing from the equation, but still the health benefits.
But there's still
yeah.
the health stuff, and I still think it's the most natural way for humans to live.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, it's good, but it's not a complete answer.
Okay. So,
And beverages.
yeah, I reckon that's it.
90% of beverages, except for chocolate.
Oh yeah, I forgot the beverages was the thing I skipped over. Beverages, like stuff you drink, is probably the easiest thing, isn't it?
It's
like
there's
water and
literally just anything except
Every
Milk.
juice.
except for like
water,
milky drinks. And the thing is, it's worth noting that you can get replacement milks which are actually really good, like almond
Almond
milk,
milk.
rice milk. hemp
we have a
milk,
bottle of almond
macadamia
milk in our fridge, but I've been told to stay away from it because it's gross. I don't like it.
Right.
Really, almond milk's great. Depends on the type of almond milk you get though. I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, the activated almonds.
Some almond milk's really nice. Some of it's a bit intense.
Okay, so like,
It's intense.
as far as just I'm gonna list a few standard drinks that you'd have, vegan, not vegan. Like, so we got Coke,
Yeah.
vegan. Yep. So pretty much any soft
Non-vegan.
drinks or
Any soft drinks, yeah. Like the only ones that wouldn't be, pretty much, unless there's some like weird drink where you like crack an egg into water and there, like, unless it's like that, it's literally just dairy products. So it's like chocolate milk. I don't know, like some coffees, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But again, you can make that very easily with other things. Like again, you got soy milk, you got all that shit. And you can, like, I've had like chocolate and soy milk, and it actually tastes just as good. Like, pretty much the same thing.
Just as good.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting that you may have potentially compared the two?
I have had chocolate milk in my life, like non-vegan chocolate milk in my life. Yes.
How long ago was that, Bible?
Before he was a vegan.
Yeah, I was a vegan. I've been vegan for about a year, so.
Fully vegan for a year prior
But
to
as
that.
in, I tried vegan chocolate milk before I had gone vegan, and it was
And that
pretty
was the
much-
thing that turned him.
Yeah, it was pretty much the same thing. To be
Yeah.
honest. So and like you can get stuff that's pretty much the same for almost everything.
So as far as your history of being a vegan, you were a vegan for a year now, more or less. Prior to that, what do we got?
Prior to that, I was vegetarian since I was 7, and I ate meat before.
You can't really remember it. No, don't need to. All good. Alright.
Bloodmouth, 18 years strong.
He's an 18-year-old bloodmouth, and he's single. Ladies, come get him.
This guy. Alright. Thanks for the interview.
No problem, Bob Bobbit.
Yep. Good times.
Including videography.
Am I